Okay, so before we begin this episode of Hey Did You Notice, I feel I need to say something. Yes, I am about to make jokes about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. No, this does not detract from your enjoyment of the show, nor do I think you an idiot for enjoying the show. I am only making these jokes because I enjoyed the show, and when I watched it, I noticed a few of these things. However, at the end of the day, the jokes are not the point of this video. The point of this video is about to be explained when I say what the Hey Did You Notice is. So, let us begin. Hey, did you notice that in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, main characters were dropped a lot from the series? Don't believe me? Let's take a look. At the end of the first season, two characters fall victim to this mysterious force, that being Jenny and the science teacher Mr. Poole, which begins to feed this strange force. Now, according to a quote from the actress who played Jenny, the reason they wanted to get rid of her character was to give the show some diversity and give Sabrina an ethnic friend. These are her words, not mine. I am pretty much quoting verbatim. And with Mr. Poole, it's because they wanted to change out the characters so that Sabrina can have a different focus in school, changing, as you'll notice in the first season, from science to writing. Which, of course, is ironic because both of these two things will be forgotten about in the long run of the show. Following the end of Season 2, the Quizmaster disappears, with no mention ever again, despite other things happening where his character could have returned to help. Season 3's end sees Valerie be taken away by the mysterious force, but she does at least get a phone call.
Wait, aren't you supposed to be on a plane? What? No, of course I understand.
Which is only ever heard from Sabrina's side. I guess that's about a few rungs higher than dying off screen. Season 4, or as I like to call it, the Season of Bad Ideas, has a quintet of characters be culled. Mrs. Quick, who replaced Mr. Poole, goes, as the next season has Sabrina in college. But seriously, they don't even give her a courtesy mention, which would have been respectful at the beginning of the next series. Hell, Sabrina forgets she even exists, it seems, because she's never brought up again. Dreamer also goes, so it appears that Sabrina did get that ethnic friend, but she only lasted as long as Jenny did, with even less screen time. Brad the Witch Hunter and the whole idea of witch hunters comes and goes with this season, making us wonder why he was ever introduced in the first place. Mr. Kraft also goes, but I don't actually see anyone caring about him. And finally, Harvey goes as well. Okay, not fully, since as everyone knows they brought him back after a large amount of fan backlash. But if not for that, it would simply have stayed.
Could we talk about the fact that you're a witch?
Now bye forever. Because with only one slight mention of him at the beginning of the next season, I'm not sure who the bigger asshole was. The character of Harvey, or the writers who decided that that was a good idea. Season 5 is the most stable season, with no characters being let go, and hell, they actually brought one back with Harvey's reappearance. But of course that makes our mysterious force grow hungry. So in Season 6 it takes Josh, Miles, Harvey again, kind of, and that guy Sabrina met in the last episode whose name we never even learnt. And finally, as if to show its true power, it takes Zelda as well. Josh, Harvey and the wedding guy do have an explanation in that they're forced away by a spell, which sets up a massive plot hole for the final season, but of course we're not here to talk about that. Not in this video anyway. The same is for Zelda as well. She gives up her adult years for Sabrina and then becomes a candle so that Sabrina's mother can be at her wedding. Long story, let's not talk about that now. Miles, however, has no explanation, nor is any mention of him explicitly made ever again. Possibly because people didn't really like the character that much, though I saw potential in a character there. And once again, for a different video. But knowing that time is short and the show is coming to an end, the Force decides to gather as much as possible to hibernate until Aaron Sorkin makes the first season of a show and drip feeds it a tiny amount. And that's why midway through Season 7, all of Sabrina's office disappears. I'm not kidding. And you may be thinking, well, that can't be true. Surely her boss shows up again.
It ate everybody.
But what about those two guys who had no real discernible personalities?
It ate everybody.
And what about the watered-down Stifler wannabe?
It ate everybody, stupid!
And then that's it. The show ends, the creature sleeps, and we forget these characters ever existed. So what about you guys at home? Did you ever notice this? Did you ever think that one of the characters that you liked or loved got a bit of a raw deal by simply being written out of the show with no mention whatsoever? Or did you not notice and enjoyed the characters who were replaced? But for now, I've been Simon, this has been Hey Did You Notice, and I'll see you next time.